Have you ever seen an HOA destroy private property and then blame everyone else when nature finishes the job? And if so, comment, because this still feels unreal. What would you do if someone tore down a structure protecting your land without a court order? This story started with a certified letter taped to my gate like a threat. It happened in a rural area outside Boone, North Carolina. I own a small farm with an old permitted dam that controls runoff into a natural basin. The dam was built decades before the nearby HOA subdivision even existed. The letter claimed I owed the HOA thousands in unpaid fees, and that enforcement would begin immediately. The problem was simple. I was never part of their HOA. My reaction was controlled, because I knew overreaction would help them. I pulled my deed, county plats, and the original dam permit issued by the state. Everything confirmed the dam and land were entirely mine. I sent the HOA a written response with copies attached and told them to stop contacting me. They didn't. A week later, I got a call from a neighbor saying heavy equipment was on my land. When I arrived, the HOA had hired a contractor and partially breached my dam. They claimed it was to enforce a lien that didn't exist. I told them to stop and started recording immediately. They refused and said their attorney approved it, so I called the sheriff. Deputies arrived, reviewed my documents, and ordered the work halted. By then, the damage was already done. My reaction shifted from shock to planning. I documented everything with drone footage, timestamps, and witness statements. I hired an engineer to assess the damage and filed an emergency report with the state environmental agency. I also recorded calls where the HOA manager admitted they never verified ownership. Then I waited. 2 weeks later, a major storm hit the area. With the dam compromised, runoff followed its natural course downhill. That path led straight into the HOA's lowest streets and green spaces. The flooding was severe, but it was also entirely predictable. My role was simple. I stayed off the site and let authorities handle it. Inspectors traced the failure back to the unauthorized breach. Police reports, engineering assessments, and permit records told the full story. The consequences were massive. The HOA was cited for environmental violations and destruction of permitted infrastructure. Their insurance denied coverage due to illegal action. Homeowners filed claims against the board. The contractor testified they acted under HOA direction without verifying land rights. The payoff came in court. I was cleared of all liability in writing. The HOA paid for full restoration of my dam and damages. The board resigned, and the HOA entered receivership. I never touched their neighborhood. I just owned my land and let the law and gravity do the rest. If this kind of overreach collapsing on itself keeps you watching, drop your thoughts below. If you love HOA justice stories, like the video and subscribe.